fellow crafters and DIYers. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Lily and this is Lily's Crafty Nest. In today's tutorial, I want to teach you how to make a beautiful and easy fall banner or garland. I'll be using my Cricut machine to cut out all the pieces, and you can use whatever cutting machine you may have, like the Cameo or the Silhouette. But if you don't have a cutting machine, don't fret, you can still do this project. Go to Google and type in pennant. It will show you an array of different shapes. Pick one that you like. Then type in fall leaves, and there you'll have oodles of fall leaves that you can pick from. Then print them, cut them out, and use those as template to cut out your cardstock. If you like this tutorial and would like to see more videos like this one, please subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to click on the bell so you can be notified every time I post a new video. Oh, and I almost forgot to tell you, there is a bonus DIY at the end of this video. I'm going to teach you how to make an elegant lantern with stuff you probably have in your cupboards. I think I'm done. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get crafting. For this tutorial, you'll need the following: glue gun and glue sticks, a scraper and a weeding tool, distressing ink, paint and a paintbrush, jute or twine, a scissors, vinyl and vinyl transfer, and cardstock. We're going to go ahead to Design Space and we're going to select a new project. Once in the canvas, we are going to go to Images and look for some fall leaves. I like these leaves here, so I'm going to select 3 of these. Take them over to our canvas, and you'll see that they're different in size. So I'm going to go ahead and modify them to the sizes that I think I need. I could always change this if it doesn't work. There we go. Yeah, this one has an odd shape. If you make it the same size, it looks bigger. This one's long and skinny, so this one can be the same size as, I don't know if it's an oak or a maple leaf. I don't know. I just know that they are fall leaves. Okay. I think I like that. That's a good size. Okay, let's go now back and let's look for a pennant. Here you're gonna see a bunch of them, and some of them you even have to pay. So just look for one of your liking. I prefer the ones that have like the dovetail for this project. So let's see. And I want it to be free as well. So that one looks pretty good. Let's see what else. Okay. I think I like this coral one because it's narrow and long. So let's just bring it in. There we have it. And I think I want to make it bigger, obviously. So let's make this smaller, the canvas, so we can see more. There we go. I may resize this again. Okay, let's change the color to the color that I'm going to use, or at least close to it. Not that you really have to do this, but... And let's delete all these extra little pieces that we're not going to use for each leaf. I guess it's to make it three-dimensional or something, I'm not sure. And now we're going to color these. Not that you need to do this because you're going to cut, but I want to see how my project is going to look. So I'm going to recolor this one as well. And I didn't record it here, but I went ahead and made little holes on the pennant with the with the circle and the slice tool. That way I can go ahead and put the jute or the string
through them easily. Okay, and then I typed out with whatever font the word blessed, and I multiplied the pennants, and I went ahead and changed blessed to a goldish color because that's the vinyl that I'm using, so I can place each letter and see how it's going to look again. So I'm going to go ahead and separate each letter so I'm able to move them around and see how it's going to look, or if I need to change my font. And I actually like this font because it's thick enough, but it's not overpowering. It's very simple. Okay, grab the wrong thing. Okay, there we go. And it looks like I'm missing a pennant. This is why it's good to do this. Okay, and let me just go ahead and make a copy, a duplicate of that, and put it at the end because I want to put the leaves at the beginning and at the end of the banner. You can go ahead and make as many leaves as you want. You can place them anywhere. I just wanted it to be very simple. Again, this is for my daughter, and she likes simplicity. She doesn't like stuffy things. So look for a placement for your leaves, and when you're happy with it, you can just duplicate it and flip it so you have more or less the exact same thing but mirrored. Now, again, this doesn't really matter because you're going to cut all of these leaves individually. This is just for you to visualize what your banner is going to look and see if you need to change your leaves, you know, the size of your leaves or even the shape, or if you just want something else. So that's what I'm doing. Make sure that I like this. And let's see, I think that's starting to look good. Yeah, definitely gonna use 3 leaves. And these, I like the look. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and select all of these, duplicate it, flip it so you have a mirror image of the first one, and that's how our banner is going to look, plus the jute. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and prepare our paper. We could use a paper just as is, but I wanted to give it a little bit more texture because our pumpkins will have more texture and it doesn't look as whimsical. So I'm using a darker green right now and some white, and I didn't mix it thoroughly. I am just gonna jot it on the paper and so you can see both colors, and you know, randomly put some brush strokes here and there. I'm not even gonna do the whole entire paper because I'm only cutting 2 of each. Then I'm gonna go to the next paper, and I'm adding a little bit more color, a little bit more of the green, and a little bit more of another green that I have, and white because I'm running out, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Okay, I mean, you could do whatever design, you could do whatever, you could put some brown in there if you like too, or even orange. It will look really pretty if you're using the traditional colors. Okay, so you do all 3 pages like this, you know, and this one, what I did is I added some black to make it a little bit more grayish, and you do the same thing. It's more subtle though, although it's darker because the paper is darker, but that's all right, it looks great. So there we go, we have all 3 papers, and we're going to now cut our word blessed, and then we're gonna go and cut our pennants in our Cricut. I'm not showing you how to do this because I'm assuming you all know how to do this. Once you cut all of your pieces, you go and you weed your vinyl. This isn't in any random, the letters are in any random form, placement, because it doesn't matter. We're gonna cut each letter individually. If I was gonna write the word bless and transfer it completely, I would have attached them, so that way all the letters were in the right place. But this doesn't really matter because see, we're gonna cut it out. Just be careful when you're removing the excess vinyl because you can't tear these. I'm very impatient, so sometimes it happens. And look how pretty your letters look. Okay, so here are our leaves and they look really pretty. But now we're gonna distress our pennants using distressing ink, or you can use anything else. I mean, this is what I use, but you can use even a pencil, a colored pencil, and a little bit of water. I mean, I'm talking about a watercolor pencil, and then dab a little bit of water and it'll still give you that same finish. This is just easier, and you're gonna do this to all of your pennants. So now when you finish that, you're gonna grab your leaves and you're going to scrunch them up, kind of giving them like the veins sort of, but you want it to look like a leaf. You don't want it to be flat. But if you want it flat and a more minimalist look, you can leave them flat. That's okay. And but this is what I'm doing. So you're gonna do this to all of your leaves. There we go. We're done. Now you're gonna grab two of the pennant pieces and you're gonna glue your leaves. Try not to glue the whole entire thing. Just do like where the vein would be, so the leaves have movement, so they look like real leaves. Again, if you want them flat, have them flat. I think this way it looks a little bit more organic. There you go. And then you have two of those, put it aside. And now we're going to add our letters. See, it didn't really matter if they were in order or not because we cut them and this is just easier. Grab your transfer tape. I cut the transfer tape as close as I could to each side, the sides of the letter, because it's easier. So I think everybody knows how to do this. Basically, remove the backing of the transfer paper and add it to your letter or image, depending on the case. And then carefully turn it over once you stuck it and remove the carrier sheet from the actual image that you plan to stick on your pennant. And find where you want to put it. I eyeball, I don't measure, and then I will measure just to make sure that I place the other ones in the same place. Something that happened to me is it started tearing because it was a new piece of transfer tape. So just dab it on your clothing so it loses a little bit of the stickiness. And then you're going to repeat this with each and every one of your letters. I don't have to bore you with all of the with repeating what I just did, but let's do the L in case you missed. There we go. Make sure it was like, I don't know, close to an inch. So there we go. We did all the letters, and now this is the tedious part, adding the jute. You have to make sure that the distance between each pennant is the same. But it's starting to look marvelous. And this is your finished product. Beautiful. Okay, so here's our bonus DIY. Super easy with things you probably have in your cupboards. Okay, now on to our bonus project. You're gonna need any vase you may have around your house, a candle. A real candle will be better, probably. And then I don't even know what these are. They were laying in my cupboard for quite a long time because we're not eating these things because we're doing keto. And they match my theme this year, so this is great. You can use a real candle. The reason I'm using this candle is because our event is going to be outdoors, and we tried real candles once upon a time, and we know that it's better to use these because either, I don't know, you get wax all over or whatever. So anyway, open your bag and bag or bags and place them carefully in your container, making sure that they're leveled, and then add the other one. And I'm using grains now because these colors are great, and I happen to have these in my cupboard, but you can use anything. Imagine for Halloween, you can use candy corn and they will look great. And just make sure you don't have some ants roaming around. You can use walnuts, you can use tiny pumpkins. You can use greenery. This is so easy and simple. You can just look around your house and get creative, okay? And it's really easy, and it really adds to your decor, your holiday decor. And then you can just get rid of it and next year do something else without having to fear that, oh my goodness, I spent this money on this and I only used it once. Yeah, this is a great thing about DIYs. So here I'm gonna add a little bit of twine or jute. I'm not really sure which of the two it is, so that's why I mentioned both. Make a little bow. You can leave it without this if you like, but I thought it would add to it because it has a little, you know, the vase that I got has a neck. So that's kind of cute right there. And then I had an extra leaf. So I'm just gonna add that one. I like that it's long like that. And I think I'm just gonna put it in the middle of the bow. If I can find my glue gun. Here we go. And that is it. And voila. You are done. Let's turn it on to see how it looks. Actually, this is really cute. If you have a series of these on a table as a centerpiece. And again, I prefer a real candle, but for this tutorial, this works. And that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you loved what you saw and you want to see more videos like this one. And I'll see you next week.